Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how about it?
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so thrilled that you are having, sorry, I am so
Uh-oh, now you're gone. Bye-bye.
Now I'm thrilled. I wasn't thrilled previously, I am now. I am so thrilled. It's so lovely to hear you all talking to each other. It's just, I mean, that's what this is all about. This is about a congregation coming together and getting to know each other and supporting each other and being kind to each other and extending a hand. We're going to begin our services, and I'm going to ask, once we do, to just keep the talking down to a minimum, because this young lady, Zoe Copeland, is becoming bat mitzvah tomorrow. And she, like all of my students, has worked so hard to make it to this day. I want you to be able to hear that, you know what? The Jewish people are all right. This next generation is coming down the pike, and we're not going anywhere. All right, my beautiful Hammer-uppers have one more song.
Okay.
While they're playing, would you be kind enough to place your food in the garbage and then to grab a siddur? And also there's a handout of a poem that we're going to share for our graduates. So, Hammers, we're ready.
All right, Cantor. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the next day after creation came, an angel looked west and he spied a lonely figure upon a hill, calling, "Come, I will be your bride." She beckoned to him, she beckoned to him, calling, "Come, I will be your bride." The seventh day is the Sabbath, and for now you must rest by my side. He started to tell her of those 6 days, the work and the pain, and he cried, resting his weary head on her knees, the weight of the world in his eyes. She said, "Blessings on him." She said, "Blessings on him." She said, "On this day you are mine, until heaven comes down to earth. You must rest with the Sabbath bride." On the 8th day after creation came, the angel awoke and he sighed, for nowhere could he find her. Gone was the Sabbath bride. Well, many years later, I find myself on the evening train home Friday night, wondering if this week's creations are worthy of the Sabbath bride. Please beckon to me, bless all that you see, even though the world's not yet right. Please remind us of heaven on the wings of the Sabbath.
clappers.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're on page 13 in this book. Besides the Hamid band, we have a guest conductor tonight. Samson, would you rise, please, and be acknowledged by our congregation?
Here's our
Our guest conductor,
maestro.
Samson.
Thank you, Samson.
So on page 13, you'll find darker. Sorry, I'm using mine, but on page 13, you'll find some dark words. That's for you to read. Adonai, give me a quiet heart.
And help me to hear the still small voice that speaks within me.
It calls me to come close to you and grow in your likeness.
It teaches me to do my work carefully, even when no one is looking.
It counsels me to judge others kindly and to love them freely.
It allows me to see the best in everyone I meet.
Help me, O God, to come to the end of each day,
feeling that I used its gifts wisely and faced my problems bravely.
On page 13, we rise as our bat mitzvah leads us in the Baruch Hu. La, la,
La la la, la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la.
Okay, sweetheart.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed.
And Zoe continues the top of 14, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושמעתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשיטתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיהם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Miriam.
On page 16, you'll find a prophetess's song. She appears in the Bible and is called for the very first time a prophet. And that's not nothing. Because what a prophet does in Jewish life is a prophet is a mouthpiece for God. Imagine a woman. Who saw that coming? I did. So let's get dancing. Page 16.
3, 4. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. The women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Oh, Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Thank you, Simpson.
3,200 years ago, 3,200 years ago, a ragtag group of slaves, not all children of Israel, we're told others leave with them as well, become between a sea on one side and angry Egyptians trying to pull them back to slavery on the other. Moses doesn't know what to do, and neither do the children of Israel. But we're told in the Midrash of a very brave human by the name of Nachshon. And even though the sea does not part for him, he decides he's going in anyway. The sea comes up to here and then to cover his nose, and he still takes one more step in. And it's because of his bravery of confronting the scary thing in front of him that the sea parts and we can walk on dry land. And so, those moments of bravery, when you confront the thing that scares you most, but you keep on going forward, is the day you know you have arrived. We sing together, page 17, the Mi Chamocha.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
1, 2, 3, go!
Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi Chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot oseh feled, Torah tehilot oseh feled. Achotecha ra'u banecha, mokei ayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze Eli anu ve'ameru, ze Eli anu ve'ameru. Adonai yimlok le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimlok
Le'olam va'ed.
la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
On page 18, you'll find the tefillah section. We're going to invite you to rise as we acknowledge that we stand on some very, very big shoulders. We are grateful for those who've come before us, and grateful, maybe even more so, to be just one more link in the chain. Page 18, as Zoe leads us.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach
Uvia Gita Hilatera. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu V'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Velohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekoneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imachot, Umevii Geulah Libnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. You'll find a meditation on page 19, but really what's inside your heart and head will do just beautifully as we take a moment to pray silently. You may be seated when that pursuit is over. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Yehatah Melech Adon, Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
I'd like to invite forward Gabby and Tyler Kaplan, as well as Stella Gottlieb, and any other younger-ish people, and that could be any age, for goodness sakes, who maybe would like to see Torah being read, to come forward. Gabby and Tyler, if you could just grab this and turn this around, please. And would you please rise just for a moment? No. Stephen, it's a professional organization. I have it under control, thank you. All right, beautiful. So, Stella, you've been given the honor of the Torah blessings. Congregation, you may be seated. Come on around this side, sweetie pie. Are there any other students who want to maybe proofread what I'm doing? I mean, sometimes I think you guys, you probably know far more than I do sometimes. Stella, so that we can see you, come out from behind, my love. All right, Torah blessing. Do you see it, Lovey? Right there.
Okay. Wait.
This one, Lovey.
Okay. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Ambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amin Ve'na'atan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Im behuvotai telehu ve'et mitzvotai tishmeru va'asitem otam. You will walk in my ways, my huk. These are laws that they don't have any, there's no reason for them. You can't figure out why they were prescribed, but they were. And the mitzvot you will keep, that you shall do them. V'natati gishmechem be'itam. And there will be, therefore, rain in its season. V'natna ha'aretz yivula. And the earth will give forth its produce. Ve'etz hasadeh yitain prio. And the tree of the field will give us fruit, will give you fruit. Ve'hisig lechem daish et batzir. And the threshing will give way to the vintage. Uvatzir yasig et zara. And the vintage will overcome the seeding or the sowing. Va'achaltem lachmechem lasova. And you will eat your bread till you are full, much like tonight. V'yishavtem lavetach ba'artzachem, and you shall dwell safely in your land. V'natati shalom ba'aretz, and I will give you peace, shalom, in your land. V'shachavtem ve'ein machrid, and none will make you afraid. V'yishavti hayara'a min ha'aretz, and I will give you a respite from vicious beasts in your land. V'chorev lo ta'avor ba'artzachem, and the sword will not cross into your land. And if you want to hear some really good Torah, you're going to need to come tomorrow when Zoe reads. The blessing after, please, Stella.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'Hayei Olam Natav B'Toheinu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. It's the time in the service where we, thank you, sweetheart. It's a time in the service where we do a Misha Berach for those who are in need of Refuat Shlema. And as we go, oh no, did someone lift up my pages? I'm sure that no one did that. I'm sure that they're right here. Yes. We have been asked to think of the following people: Carlos Barrios, Stephen Engelman, Marcy Gelber, Phyllis Goldblatt, Nancy Hagen Goldstucker, John Greenfield, Tony Hilsebeck, Molly Levin, Miriam Lyon, Lynn Pavilon, Tolly Stein, Cameron Michael Taft, and Eddie Tucker. We'll make a beautiful noise now by calling out a name you might be thinking of, or maybe a couple of names, and we're going to call them out together because I think God can sort out who's who. Please.
Beautiful.
We join together singing.
And it's on page 22. The Misha Bera is on page 22. Misha Shebera Avotenu Mekor Abraham Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen, Amen. Mishebera imotenu mekor Abraham leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
I'd like to invite forward, I know we have a few graduates. Would you come forward now? Come. Samson, yeah, you're a graduate. Whether it be, oops, what am I doing? Whether from college or high school or even preschool. That's right. And did I not say in middle school too? A graduation is a liminal moment in our lives. Graduation, it's on the threshold, poised between past accomplishments and the possibilities. And you are filled with possibilities that lie ahead. I've given you a poem. I'd like for us to read it to our graduates. It should be on this handout that are on your table. And if you don't have it, that's okay. But we'll read together now this poem by Alden Salvi entitled For Sharing of Divine Gifts. Together. Daughter of man, son of woman, people of divine light, what do you do with your gifts? How do you use your radiance and your might, your intellect and your passion? Do you leave them buried within, untouched and unused? Do you pursue justice and healing, charity or consolation? Men of honor and purpose, women of integrity and strength, cast off your idle ways, banish your selfless pursuits, exile your vain hopes. There is joy in every kindness, blessing and salvation in every gift of the heart. Come, you children of God, you witnesses of wonder and awe. There are miracles inside you, holy gifts of communion and grace that yearn to burst forth in celebration of God's holy name. Answer the call to divine service, then your lives will become a blessing, a well of love, a source of splendor, abundant in joy and courage. Blessed are you, source of miraculous gifts. You rejoice in deeds of the heart. And for those who identify as female, may I assume, let me just ask. And so, Kyler, Miriam, and Zoe, Hayeh asher tihiyu, vayhi bracha ba'asher tihiyu. Be who you are, and may you be blessed in all that you are. And Zachary and Samson, Hayeh asher tihiyu, vayeh baruch ba'asher tihiyu. Be who you are, and may you be blessed in all that you are. May God grant you great success on your way. May God bring you blessings and success in the work of your hands, and a Shehechianu is in order as you go back to your seats.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Mazel tov. We could not be prouder of all of our children. But I do have to ask for one favor. If you are related in any way to the children who are graduating, would you please rise? Because it's not so easy. Mazel tov to you all.
Mazel tov.
You may be seated. Actually, you know what? No. Keep standing if you don't mind, and with the rest of the congregation, please join us. Page 24.
24.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמחקנו כהם, וגורלנו כהמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. We are grateful for those who have come before us, and yet there are so many we have loved and lost that it makes the pain of these moments of remembering so present. It really doesn't make a difference how long someone's been gone. Sometimes a moment just hits you, and you can see them, and you can hear them, even though they seem so very far away. They're not. They're present in you. They're part of your DNA now. You take them with you everywhere you go. Doesn't make it hurt any less. We remember Betty Jane Arif, Deborah Perkel Belinsky, Morris J. Bosson, Bernard Birdman, Rose Chernoff, Clarice Kogan, Ann Dannenberg, Bertold Dick, Bertha Dalton, Jacob Doppelt, Adeline Dvorkin, Goldie Eisenstein, Libby Fink, Elizabeth Guggenheim, Jacob Hackman, Michael Caine, Florence Katz, James Edward Koritz, Augusto Lazo, Herman Lesserman, Henry K. Levy, Anna Marks, Leatrice Weinstein Morton, Minna Neiman, Fenna Oppenheim, Esther Riff, Lillian Salzman. Any more, Jack? And in recent days, Hud Engelhardt, Elizabeth Eby, Howard Zussel, and Harvey Bowler. I invite those of you who are observing a yard site or who have recently lost someone you care for to please rise first that we might acknowledge you.
And support you.
And for those whose custom it is, no, stay standing, please. And for those whose custom it is to join them, we're on page 25. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon, u'v'yomachon, u'v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman karib, v'imru.
Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam omei amaya.
Yirbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitala shmei d'kudshah rihu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miran me'ama v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemayim v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromah.
Uya Ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imeru.
Amen.
May the source of peace and peace to all of you who are bereaved among us. Let us all say Amen.
Amen.
Before our closing song, Mazel Tov to the whole Copeland clan. We are so thrilled that you're here joining us and that we get to celebrate our Zoe together. I almost said Lena. Ay, ay, ay. We're so grateful to all of you who are here just celebrating Shabbat. You make it happen. You are our family. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it without you. And our closing song, Rumagoo.
Ose Shalom.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Keep your eyes on this man right here, because you'll be glad that you did. But before we start, Danny, and Eric, and Al, and Ted, these are the Hammett upstairs, and Ruthie, and it's my men. These are my men. Hands off, ladies. And we will. Israel
Go enjoy dessert. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.